It is Coach Jerry here. Welcome to this video. And real quick, I'm jumping in for actually making a video and talking about metabolic plateaus, which if you are in this group, you probably are in that specific condition. This is what drawn you here. And well, tonight we are gonna talk about metabolic plateau, but we're also gonna talk about metabolic makeover, how to transform your metabolism on your 40, why it stops, what everything seems to be stop working when you are in your 40, and what to actually do about it. Okay, there are four specific steps on that is gonna help you really not only break your weight plateau, but really change your metabolism and the way you look and feel inside your body, okay? And of course, there would be in our metabolic advantage, metabolic rehab, or getting your body ready to lose weight, metabolic acceleration, or losing weight as quick as possible, at the right pace, but as quick as possible, as losing weight will always give you side effects like hunger and stuff. Then metabolic maximization, how to stop regaining the weight back, and then metabolic maintenance, how do you keep off the weight for good. Now, again, if you're here, chances are you are struggling, like you hit a wall physically and mentally, and no matter how much or how many things you change, nothing seems to work. And metabolic plateaus are not failures, are not issues, are not like, it's basically your body giving you a signal and say, hey, what you're doing, it's either too much or wrong, and we need to actually fix it if you want to achieve results again, okay? And basically, like the first thing that you would be doing, you should really focus on understanding that the adaptation resistance when it comes to a plateau needs to be a real plateau, okay? Real plateau meaning like, it's not like you're not seeing results from 2 days and then you're in a plateau. It needs to be for weeks and sometimes for even for months, because you will stay stuck for a week, you start losing again, you're regaining again, and then you stabilize again. Is your body fighting back? You're not in a real plateau. So therefore, like, you actually need to see, right? There is a little bit of a system within the plateau, and obviously in order for you to rehab your metabolism, you really break the plateau, reactivate the metabolism. You look for the rewiring signals, not only the hormonal, emotional, and behavioral symptoms. Then you're rebuilding the resilience, okay? You want to be focusing on not only the muscle, but also the mitochondria at the cellular level. And then you regain control to whatever you did to actually break the plateau itself, that you use it, okay? There is several strategies that we could use to break your plateau, and obviously there is strategic refeeding. There is adjusting the stress on the lifestyle, okay, on the lifestyle and exercise. So you could work out more or less intense. You could focus on the circadian rhythm and sleep regulation, of course, the neural system regulation. Therefore, like, sometimes doing too little is not a bad thing if you're on your 40, and of course, strategy like that you can actually measure yourself, measure things, like I'm trying to find it right now, which is basically with something of this, measure your blood. Or chances are, if you have the blood, it's always high, whether or not it's for what you're eating or for the stress, is a disruptor of the metabolism, okay? That takes me, of course, to the last but not least, the normal cues, like, you cravings all the time, you always started, brain fog, low energy, you don't sleep well, what else? Mood swings, like all these things are a disruptor of metabolism. If you're losing weight, but you have these things going on, chances are you're gonna regain it back. You need to regulate the feedback first and somehow create a calorie deficit to break your plateau, okay? Sometimes it's upstream and downstreams. Now, this is very quick, but I came in because I wanna invite you on, again, the training tonight. This is only going to be a part of what we're going to do, because once you get your body ready to lose weight, the question is always, what's the next problem? The next problem is, like, you don't know how to lose it, okay? So what are we using? Are we using a modality of, like, intermittent fasting? Are we using something with carb cycling? Are we using a carb diet modality or a sugar diet? So therefore, still providing a huge calorie deficit. Can you handle that? Are we using some more of a low carb approach, because you might have tendency of low carb, and of course, then how do we come out of that? That's the next problem, right? How do we come out of that? How can we just avoid the weight regain as soon as you watch the food, right? As soon as you watch the dessert, I'm sure happened to you. you say, oh my God, like I just watching that food and just gaining a weight back. And then of course, how do we keep the weight off? Okay, we're gonna talk about how to stop regaining the weight, right? Therefore, building metabolic capacity with the cardio, with the walking, with the slowly putting fiber and protein first, for example, right? There is several things that we're gonna be able to do. So click on that link of Zoom that you see there tonight, or mark yourself, or you go on the event up there. You mark yourself as going to the event tonight, and then we're gonna see you there. Take care and bye bye.